Colin to throw first.
That's the important thing now. He knows that he's not exactly yet serving for the match, but he knows that he can take control of this contest with one really good leg of arrows here. And again, the treble 19. Hours and hours of practice, Dave, pays off. Moments like that.
100.
Well, the first round matches here this evening has brought their fair share of drama. Let's see what else is to come. You can see the earlier scores going through on your crawler now. But coming up tomorrow, John Gwynn.
Yes, our old mate Dennis Priestley against Adrian Gray, the old man against the young, and Pater and Eccles, Shelton and Clark. Look at it. And so they go on, some terrific games. Then tomorrow night, that Park Mason brings back memories
77.
of a fantastic game in the World Championship a couple of years ago.
And just as you saw there, both Taylor and Barneveld in action tomorrow night. And still as we go through, Peter Manley against Dennis Ovens Tuesday evening. James Wade, the holder, against Wayne Jones. That'll be a cracker.
Yes, Wadey against Wayne. The lad from Wolverhampton will be looking to certainly dethrone the champ there. And now Osborne, having taken a 6-5 lead, hits another 180, this time surely in a winning leg.
100.
Well, we suggested just a moment or two ago that the stage had been reached where if either player could hit a little patch of purple, it could carry him over the line, and it looks like Osborne might be doing just that. Double top, normally takes his time, measures it up, focuses on the target, hits it beautifully. That's a super finish.
Colin Osborne.
Yes, and an 11-dart leg, Dave. That's a very fine leg of darts from the man from Derby, originally from Middlesbrough, and a pretty useful junior footballer. Colin Osborne was on the Middlesbrough junior books. I have it on good authority. Very useful player, but it's on the hockey now where he's earning his living, playing his trade.
Interesting thought, of course, that another very famous person had associations with both Middlesbrough and Derby. That was Brian Clough.
96.
And dear departed Brian, who could also throw a mean dart, played on television once in a pro-am, and was not a very good loser, as I remember
60.
Well, you and I are old enough to remember him as a fine player before his injury. Wonderful striker.
40 goals in 3 successive seasons, wasn't it? Well, if Osborne could live up to the reputation and achievements of that mentor, he'd be more than happy. That's his 5th 180, and even Cloughie would acknowledge that.
Yes. And Osborne is just up to the ante now. Really put the pressure on King, and has effectively taken the darts off King here. So, can he now home in and make it 8-5, put real daylight between himself and his opponent? He doesn't fancy this one, does he? He really doesn't fancy this one.
So why doesn't he switch?
That's why.
Because he's been hitting treble 19.
85.
You could see it crossed his mind. Let's see what happened here. The second dart was pinpoint to the right end of the treble for the more open target.
And you could also see that had it been further to the left, how the flight of the previous dart would have balked it more than likely.
And Osborne on 140. This would really hurt his opponent if he could manage it. Not going to be able to now. A ton would leave him tops and leave King with a task which he can ill afford to miss. Got to go high, got to go high.
Well, this is similar to the third leg of the match when Osborne was sitting pretty like this and King took out 116. He can do it here by a different route. Excellent stop from King for the second time in the match. He looked likely to lose the leg, and 1-1-6 he scores. Well. Deja vu. He went a different route before, if you remember, but he's certainly ended up with the same result.
And Osborne, who had played An intelligent, workman-like leg there. He got himself down to a finish. That's the third successive leg. He's hit a 180. Going a bit now. We're rattling along.
We are indeed. King inspired by that. The first time he hit his 116, he got the treble 20, treble 16 and double 4. At that time he went a slightly different way because he didn't get the treble 20 first start.
I was just going to say there that our colleague Sid Waddell said a 9-darter would happen in this match, or predicted it might. And Osborne was on one there for a heady moment.
Ooh, he should really have been a lot closer with that last start. He'll be disappointed, but if you get 140 every time you go to the board, as he has done in this leg.
It's been a rip-snorting leg of darts. Both players slinging big punches. And this one is not quite so impressive from Osborne.
41.
Might just turn the leg around.
Absolutely. Step in, Mr. King.
King's on a finish, and Osborne should leave himself one from 180. Can't finish, of course, on that. He must finish on a double. So any newcomers to our game. Oh, ton 40 would make things hum. Got to go high. Doesn't want the 180.
If there aren't any newcomers, all I can say is I hope the weather was good in Alaska, because I doubt whether there are too many now. Treble 17, he would have wanted the ball.
97.
So Osborne looking at tops. Now Dave, he's been pretty meticulous at this, hasn't he, of late?
Yeah.
And he's taken his time, he's managed to hit it. And now then, for 8-6. Never was Colin Osborne going to miss that. And Mervyn King has one or two minor problems which could, in a leg or two, become rather major.
100.
There's such a professional method about the way Osborne approaches that double. He takes his time, he looks at it, he measures it up. For once, the cover shooting
57.
doesn't pay dividends for Osborne.
Well,
58.
what Mervyn King would give now for the kind of purple patch we saw from Osborne. He's hit 6 180s now in this game, Osborne. 2 in the second leg. Then his third came in the 7th leg. His 4th in the 12th, his 5th in the 13th, and his 6th in the 14th.
140.
Again showing his awareness and accuracy around the trebles, and King is repeating the process.
140.
And he deliberately put a bit of extra weight on that last start, I feel, because he has been dropping short with the last start. He was just over the top. But nevertheless, a very good 140 from King, because he's got a battle against this man. He's really got to grips with this game,
100.
Osborne. But King should be first to double.
And we've seen he's reliable with his finishing twice. 116, the checkout. Hanging from the rafters here early in the week in the gallery. Always a healthy sign. And Osborne here needs a big score and then a prayer.
Well, he was looking for treble 18 there, and not his most impressive leg.
And he's got to leave himself a finish. 19 would leave him 164, and it wouldn't matter if he got the treble either. It would help.
Why not go for 13 and leave 170 and then really raise the roof if you get it. But King 63, double 12 he wants then. Lovely finish that. Good leg of dart from Mervyn King, and he keeps himself very, very much in this contest.